So a few months ago, I started a little mini-series here on Sharp Saturdays about Kephart knives, and I said when I started I was going to do kind of a roll-up at the end and compare all these and try to pick my favorite. So today, I've got the 6 knives we looked at in the series, and I'm going to try to give you my favorite. And after much consideration and deliberation, I've decided to go ahead and do one other test on these knives that I neglected to do in the individual reviews. You'll see that coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me on what, at least here in Georgia, is a balmy November afternoon. And I gotta say, over the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty cold here, like, you know, low 40s maybe in the mornings, and I thought maybe that will kill all the mosquitoes, but apparently I have some of the world's toughest mosquitoes here at Survival on Purpose Worldwide Headquarters, so go figure. If you see one on my forehead, let me know. So anyway, as I said, we started a mini-series a few months ago about Kephart style knives, and I promised that at the end I would kind of do a roll-up video and tell you which one I think was my favorite. You know I have a hard time with that, but I'm going to do my best. And if you saw any of those videos, you know there was one very industry standard knife test that I decided to leave out for a couple of reasons. Well, I decided to go ahead and put all these knives through that final industry standard test before I can make a final true decision on which one's my favorite. So that'll be coming up here in just a minute. But first, we're going to kind of go over a quick review of the knives and kind of show you that, you know, just so to refresh your memory. As always, there'll be links in the video description below where you can purchase these knives, and if you do so, sometimes I'll get a little commission that'll help the channel. It won't cost you anything extra. And also there'll be links to the original videos so that you can go back and refresh yourself if you want to, because we're not going to do a complete review of these knives again. That would take forever. And at least for 4 or 5 of them, there may be some links right up here, but YouTube only lets me to put 4 or 5 links up here. I don't remember which one. So we got 6 knives, so we'll see how that goes. But first, as always, I got to give a big thank you to the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for making these Sharp Saturday videos possible. And the way they do that is, if you join Big Daddy Unlimited for the 30-day trial membership of just 99 cents at survivalonpurpose.com/BDU, and you see that it's going to save you money and you like it and you stick around and pay the full membership price of either $10 a month or $100 a year, it's probably 99 something, but you get the point. Then they'll throw me a couple of bucks for introducing you and you'll save money, so it's a win-win for everybody. I'll shut up about that, but let's go ahead and take you down to the old, I guess this is a drum top here, not stump top, because there's more room. We'll look at these knives, a quick refresher, and then we'll get to doing that industry standard test that I neglected the first time before I can make a final determination and tell you which one of these is my favorite. Okay, so here are the knives, all 6 of the knives lined up, hopefully, you know, very tastefully and artfully for you. I've got my notes and I've got my Jocko Go energy drink. You know, they really need to give me some sponsorship money. But so let's just start with the original, this is the baseline model for the series, and this is the Becker BK62 and K-Bar BK62 actually, designed by Ethan Becker. I say designed by Ethan Becker. It was actually designed by Horst Kephart, and Ethan Becker found one and purchased it that had been minimally, if at all, used. That was based on Kephart's design, one of his original purchases, and he did his best to make a faithful reproduction of that. The biggest difference is in the screws instead of pins. And there are a lot of people now I've heard and commented that that's not what the original Kephart was this or it was that, it had this size blade or whatever. And what Ethan told me was that the only other really original one they know about is in a museum in North Carolina, I believe, and that it had been heavily used and sharpened. So certainly the specs don't fit this, but this was one, it was basically new, kind of old stock new or whatever that he found. So anyway, let's talk about the specs of this. So it is a 9 5/8 overall length, 5 1/8 blade. It's got a tapered tang, which is pretty cool. You can see the tang is narrower back here than it is up here. It's a full tang, but it's tapered. Walnut handle, it's 1095 Crovan steel. It's made in the USA, including the leather sheath that it comes with. It comes with a nice, deep, nice leather sheath. Does not have a sharp spine, and it's a full flat ground with a secondary bevel. And you can see I guess the iconic spear point style Kephart design where the point is right in line with the center. It's got a little bit of a swell here, and a little bit of a finger guard here. Very basic, kind of thin, comfortable handles. And so the MSRP on this one, and it weighs 6.4 ounces. It's 1095 steel. It's a walnut handle. If I tell you all that again, just forgive me. The MSRP on this one is $193.37. Smoky Mountain Knife Works has it for $119.95. I bought this one on Big Daddy Unlimited for $113.95. So depending upon shipping or what else you buy, it might be a better deal there. But there's that one. So, and both the sheath and the knife are made in the USA. So again, this is kind of like the baseline that we decided to use. I decided to use, I guess, to compare the other models against. Excuse me, because this is the closest thing to what Harsh Kephart designed. So the next one we looked at was from Essie. It's a PR4 camp lore knife designed by Patrick Rollins, and it is, let's talk about this one. It's a little bit different, as you can see. It has quite a difference. So, for example, the BK 62 is a 9 5/8 overall length, and the Essie is 8.9 overall length, 5 1/8 inch blade, 4 0.19 inch blade. It's 1095 steel as well. This one has sculptured micarta handles, weighs 6.3 ounces. Also comes with a leather sheath. Also all made in the USA. The MSRP on this one is $190.64. Smoky Mountain Knife Works right now has this one for $99.99. Really, really great knife. This one has a sharp spine and kind of a flat handles with a little bit of a finger guard there. And so there's that one. That's the Essie. And I like. Let me start out by saying I like all these. Okay. And this is kind of a high saber grind. The next one we looked at was from the folks at the Pathfinder Knife Shop, and it's the PKS Kephart XL. We'll talk about the differences of this one, or the similarities, I guess. So this one is a 9.75 overall length, just a little bit longer than the original Kephart. It has a 5-inch blade, and this is also 1095 curly maple handles. It is a Scandi grind, as you can see, and this one also has a forged, kind of a forged finish. It's 6.6 ounces, has a 90-degree spine. It also comes with an optional leather sheath, a very deep carry leather sheath, very well-made sheath. And the price on this one is $131 without a sheath on the Pathfinder Knife Shop website, plus $37 for a sheath, so that's going to be $168. Right now, it's out of stock on the Pathfinder Knife Shop, but Smoky Mountain Knife Works does have this one for $167.90. So there's that one. That's the Pathfinder. Moving right along. I'm sorry, I got these backwards. Let me swap these around. And the order of the videos came out. So this one, by the way, this is the Custom Lars Fault Bushcraft knife. And I got some pushback on this being included as a Kephart, and I get that. Okay, it's certainly very different from the Kephart. The handle's different, everything's different, but it does have the spear point. And honestly, I was trying to just kind of have enough to make this series more than 3 or 4 knives. So I'll give you that one. This is a stretch. Okay, and I said that in the original video. But this one's a 9-inch overall length, a 4.5-inch blade of Sleipner steel with a Scandi grind. Has some really pretty curly birch handles. It is also all these are full tang. It's 6.15 ounces. This one's made in Sweden, and this one also has a sharp spine. It's not as sharp as it's kind of an in between. Maybe it's a 87-degree spine. MSRP is $225 on this one, and Smoky Mountain Knife Works has it for $185.95, and it's made in Sweden. So that one is certainly, without a doubt, it is a stretch to include that one. I got you. Okay. So now, what is certainly the lowest price one was the Old Hickory Fishing Game, and this is their entry into the Kephart style knife. And just to come show you this one from here's another comparison with the K-bar. This one is an 8.7-inch overall length, so I think it's the shortest one. It's also a 4-inch blade of 1075 steel. It's also the lightest, weighs 5.6 ounces. It has a leather sheath. Here's the leather sheath it comes with right here. It's like that. Nice little, just a sewn on loop. And it's a full flat grind with a little secondary bevel. It's the only one of these knives that the finger guard is just exposed steel as well. I mean, this is a very low budget knife. And the MSRP on this one is $43.63. Smoky Mountain Knife Works has it for $30.50. And I'm keep referencing Smoky Mountain Knife Works because they have the best overall prices and the best selection of any place I've been able to find so far. They have better stock than everything. So this knife itself is made in the USA. By the way, it just says it has hardwood handles. Doesn't say what kind. And they're pinned. And the knife is made in the USA, but the sheath is made, as best I can tell, in China. So there's that. Finally, we're almost done with this part of it. The last one we reviewed was the Condor Kephart style knife, and this is Joe Flowers' take on a Kephart knife. And let's talk about, here's the comparison between these two. So this one has an overall length of 9 inches and a 4.5 inch blade of 1075, walnut handles, and it weighs 4.6 ounces. It has a full flat grind with a secondary bevel, a little bit of a finger guard here, like the others. This one is a full tang, and the handle swells out a little bit towards the butt end. I kind of like that. It also has a leather sheath, a very, very well-made leather sheath, like all the Condors I'm familiar with. And it's made in El Salvador. The MSRP on this one, $7.18. And the MAP price, if you look on their website, it lists the MAP price as $59.65, which is the price on Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And I've had people, ask me about that concerning Big Daddy Unlimited, and I've tried to explain to people about MAP prices. If you advertise a price to the public, then you have to, if you make these agreements with manufacturers like Condor Tool and Knife, you have to agree to not advertise the price below the MAP price. That's how Big Daddy Unlimited is able to give lower prices, because they put it behind the paywall. You got to pay them that 99 cents to get a look at it. And so they can very often sell below MAP pricing. So there's that. So that's kind of a refresher of the specs of these different knives. Now what I thought we'd do is let's do a little scientific testing. Okay, so as I said, when I first did these individual reviews, I intentionally neglected to do what is basically an industry standard knife test for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is because I don't think that's something that Horst Kephart would have done with his knives. And reason number two is that testing does have the potential, if you don't have everything calibrated right, to be destructive in nature. It's potentially destructive in nature, because if you don't have everything calibrated right, then it could cause some damage, especially because all these knives have wooden handles. So that adds a certain amount of potential fragility. Actually, they all do except the Essie. And I knew I was going to make this roundup video, and I don't want to try to make it with damaged knives. So after much deliberation, and man, these mosquitoes, after much, I really thought about it. I thought, you know what? I wanted to do the scientific testing when I did those videos, but it was hard for me not to, but I exercised self-control and didn't. Much unlike I'm doing with this rambling right now. But anyway, as you know, I'm all about the science here at Survival on Purpose, and we do have a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge knife testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters. And if you've seen any of my knife videos, one of the industry standard tests that we do is an aerodynamic balance test using the balance, orientation, and rotation device. So I'm going to do it. We're going to start with the last one and work our way back. So the original Kephart will be the grand finale, so to speak. So. Hey, Kuma wants to play, but we're not going to throw knives. You're not going to chase a knife. So let's try it and see. Let me get Kuma chasing something else. Here, Kuma. Go get stick. Go get it. Go get it. He'll chase anything. Here we go. That's exactly what I meant about the potentially destructive nature of this testing, because it popped on the wood. Let's try again. Nope. You cannot get the knife. Okay, we finally got one. This is Kuma's baby. Go get it, Kuma. Can you see Kuma? Kuma wants to play. Okay, Kuma, good boy. Let's try again. And once more. How many times? That's 6, so we got 2 out of 6. Not really good odds. Okay, that's 3 out of 6 or 7. We'll call this one complete. So next, we've got the Old Hickory fishing game. Can we get back? Okay, good boy. Light knives are always harder for me. Okay, that's 1 out of 3. That's 2 out of 4. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 6, and I forgot the science. Whoop, 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 whoop. Science didn't help. It's 2 out of 7. One more time. No, you can't get it. You can't get the knife. You can't get the knife. Go. Go. Good boy. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 9. So that was the Ontario Old Hickories. So let's try the most expensive, the Lars Fault Castrum Lars Fault bushcraft knife. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ooh, this is real pretty too. Probably the prettiest one. It may not be when I finish. I think it's also the heaviest one. I may need a little more distance. Let's see. I'm gonna get right up against you, okay? Are we too close? Aha! Is my deodorant working? I lost count, but I think that's 2 out of 5. Oh, 2 out of 6. I have done better. One thing I'll say about this one, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Ooh, low and low and right, but looks like I maybe jerked the trigger. But that's 3. We're gonna call this one tested. Let's get the next one. So this is the Pathfinder Knife Shop Kephart XL. Huh. Wow, 3 out of 3 with the Pathfinder Kephart XL. I'm gonna cut my losses on that one. Skeeters, get away. SEPR 4. I think that's 1 out of 2. Oh yeah. For some reason, this one was wanting to spin in the air, twist in the air, and impact horizontally. But it impacts. That's good. All right, that's 3. Okay, with the sun shining brightly on the side of my face, we're gonna wrap this one up with the K-Bar BK62, and this is the one I really don't want to bang up, but you know, oh well. Let's see what happens. So the first 2 throws, whew, never try to catch a dropped knife. The first 2 throws both hit point first and didn't stick. So, let's try again. Again. Okay. Once more, let's do this total scientific process. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're going to wrap that one up. Okay, well, here comes the moment of truth. Which one of these would be my #1 choice? And let me start off by saying right off the bat, I like all these knives, but I promised I would try to pick one. I'm going to do my best to do that. But I'll be really interested to hear what your opinions are in the comments below. Which one would you pick? Because it's a very subjective thing. So first of all, in spite of the fact that I really like the knife, and I really think it's probably, in my opinion, the prettiest one, get it out of here without stabbing myself, this Lars Fault Castrum knife is very, very pretty. It's also the most expensive one, I think, but I'm gonna throw it out of the mix because it's not really a Kephart style. I knew it was a stretch when I picked it, and it's not. So that narrows it down to 5. You would think that would make it easier, wouldn't you? But it really doesn't. So I'm gonna eliminate this one because. So this is the lowest priced one, and this old hickory. And again, nothing wrong with this knife. It's a really good functional knife, but it's not gonna be the one I picked the first, because the blade is a little thinner. I think it's not gonna be quite as strong in my opinion. The grip, the handle's not as comfortable to me. It's got that little finger guard there, which is fine. It does have a sharp spine, which is fine. And like, again, nothing wrong with it, but this wouldn't be my first choice. So now we got it narrowed down to 4. Gosh, this is so hard. Are you seeing the stress this is causing me? I'm just gonna bite the bullet here. I'm gonna say that the Pathfinder XL would not be my first choice. And again, that's no negative on this knife. It is a very, very good knife. I like this knife a lot. In fact, it was the best one for bounce testing that I tried. I got to pick one, so I'm not going to pick this one. But man, this is hard for me. Got it narrowed down now. We got the original one, we got the SE, and we got the Joe Flowers model from Condor. And when I originally reviewed this knife a couple, 3 years ago, the first time, I said this was one of my favorite knives ever, and it still is. That narrows it down to the SE, PR4, and the original Kephart, which there's a lot of difference in these knives. Okay, this one's got a wood handle. This one has a micarta sculpted handle. It looks really weird, but it is really comfortable. This one has a longer blade, a little bit different shaped blade, but this one's got the flared handles, and I like this a whole lot. I like the sheath a whole lot. But this is gonna surprise some people, because I thought going in this is going to be my favorite, because for tradition's sake and for everything's sake. And as far as that goes, it is. I really like this traditional style, the traditional look. I like the fact that Ethan Becker did a great job on this one. And again, excellent knife. I don't want to get rid of it, okay? So don't ask me that. I don't want to get rid of any of these. It's not like I'm putting them down because I don't like them. I told you I like all these, but I'm going to give the number 1 spot from this to the SEPR4. And here's why. A couple of reasons. I think it is a very comfortable knife. I like the way it fits in my hand. I like the way it feels. It's a little bit thinner. It has it's just a really good size. It's not too big. It's just right. It's a Goldilocks right. It's got a nice sharp spine. I like the high Scandi style grind. It did everything well that I can think of. It's not as long as some for batoning and whatnot, but it's the one I'm going to pick in this series, because and again, this is really hard for me, because all these knives, especially the last 4, it was like there was like a thousandth of an inch difference between them. I almost picked the Pathfinder knife because I like bigger knives, and it checks all the boxes too. I like Joe Flowers style knives. I like that Kephart from Condor. I like it a lot, and I really like the original style Kephart. But we're gonna give this one to the SE. And but anyway, that's it. I probably rambled way too long in this video. It's probably taken up way more time than it should have, but that's me. But that is the grand finale of the Kephart series on Sharp Saturdays here at Survival on Purpose. And again, there'll be links to all the original videos down below, plus links to where you can purchase these knives if you choose to do so, any or all of them. And if you use those links, it may help support the channel a little bit at no cost to you. So that's a win-win for everybody. Ain't America great? And again, let me just reiterate, I don't think any of these knives would be a bad choice. So whichever ones you like best is the one I would pick. Right. So I'll shut up now. I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.